All right, today we're going to dig into one of life's biggest questions, and we're going to do it with a really simple story. It's about a father, his son, and, well, just one old watch. So let's just jump right in with a question for you. Seriously, think about it. How much is 1 hour of your life actually worth? Can you put a price tag on it, like a number in your bank account? Or is it something, totally immeasurable? That exact question is really the whole point of the story we're about to tell. Okay, so our story kicks off with a scene that I think a lot of us can probably recognize. You've got this worried father and his son. Now the son, he's not a bad kid, not at all, but he's just drifting. His days are just passing him by, totally aimless. And his dad, he's smart. He knows a lecture is just going to go in one ear and out the other. Nope, he has to show his son something he'll never forget.
So, instead of another talk, the father has this plan. He calls his son over, goes to this old dusty cupboard in the corner, and pulls something out. It's just a watch. But this one little object, well, it was about to change everything.
All right, so the father hands the watch to his son and gives him the first part of his assignment. This lesson wasn't going to happen in the quiet of their home. Nope, it was going to start right in the middle of the chaos of the busy local market.
The instructions seemed simple enough, right? I want you to take this watch to the market, the father says, show it to people, and just ask them what they'd pay for it. The son, he's probably thinking this is a little weird, but confusing, but hey, he decides to humor his dad and heads out to do it.
So off he goes. He walks up to the first person he sees, a merchant at a really busy stall, holds out the watch and asks the question. The answer? 500.
Okay, 500, not bad. But then he keeps going, finds a collector who seems to see something special in it, and boom, the price doubles, 1,000.
And then, just to mix things up, a third person offers something else entirely. They land somewhere in the middle, at 800.
So the son heads home, and he doesn't have one answer for his dad. He has 3. He's like, Dad, everyone gave me a different price. And that's the first part of the lesson, right? The value of a physical thing, like a watch, it's not set in stone. It really just depends on who you ask. So the next day rolls around, and the father knows it's time for part 2 of the lesson. He sends his son right back to the very same market with the exact same watch. But this time, the question was going to be completely different.
This time, the father's instruction is, well, it's just plain weird. It almost makes no sense. He tells him, don't ask what the watch is worth. I want you to ask them what the time inside the watch is worth. I mean, can you imagine? The son is completely baffled, but he goes. And how do you think people reacted? Yeah, pretty much exactly how you'd expect. People just stared at him like he had 2 heads. Some of them actually laughed out loud right in his face. Others just waved him away, telling him to stop asking stupid questions. You can just feel how embarrassed and totally dejected he must have been. And right here, this is the real core of the lesson. See, when you ask for the price of an object, that's just business, right? It's commerce. You get different numbers, maybe a negotiation. But asking for the price of time, whoa, that's a whole different ballgame. That's a philosophical question, not a commercial one. The market, the world of buying and selling, it had absolutely no answer for him. So just as the son is about to pack it in for the day, feeling like a complete fool, he walks past this small, quiet little shop, and inside there's an old watchmaker, totally absorbed in his work, just calm and focused. The boy figures, what have I got to lose? And decides to ask his bizarre question just one more time. And this time, the old man, he doesn't laugh. He just slowly puts down his tools, looks up at the boy with this really kind smile, and says something that is going to change his life forever. He says, son, you can't put a price on time. You could offer all the millions in the world, but you can never, ever buy back even 1 single second of your life. And the watchmaker didn't stop there. He explained that time, well, it has 2 sides. The bad news? It's always passing, it's always slipping away from you. But the good news? You get to decide how to spend it. You're in the driver's seat. And that's the great equalizer, isn't it? Rich, poor, it doesn't matter. Everybody gets the same 24 hours in a day. The only thing that really matters is what you do with them.
And bam, in that one moment, everything just clicked into place for the son. It was like a light bulb didn't just turn on. The whole room lit up. He thanked the old man, his mind just buzzing with his new idea, and he practically ran all the way home to tell his father that he finally got it.
And this wasn't some temporary thing. This change was permanent. From that day on, his life was completely different. That aimless kid who just wandered around, he was gone. In his place was a young man who worked hard, who valued his time because he finally understood that every single second was priceless.
So you see, this whole simple story really just boils down to a few unbreakable rules about time. You can't buy it, but you can absolutely use it. You can't keep it, but you can definitely spend it. And maybe the most important rule of all, once you've spent it, once it's gone, you can never, ever get it back.
And that brings us right back to the very beginning, doesn't it? Back to that first question. But now, hopefully we see it a little differently. This story, it's not really about a father and son. It's a mirror. It's for all of us. It forces us to think beyond the price of an hour and consider the true worth of every single second we have. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with yours?